What's up, y'all? This is the Curious One, and we're kicking it here at the Ugly Table. Got a new figure to show you guys. Well, it's not a new figure. I had been wanting to pick this figure up, but I had even seen it one time at the before I picked up the Miles Morales. But at the time, I didn't really have the cash for it, so I passed it over. I was like, I'll go back and get it. But the next time I went, when I actually did have the money, I went to go grab it, and it wasn't there no more. So it's been a long time since I've seen this wave on the shelves. And last night went into HEB. I don't really check their shelves that much anymore because their pegs are always empty, or there's just stuff that I don't want. But last night I decided to walk by there, and I was like, holy shit, there's the Gwen Stacy and a hand ninja. So even though I'd already forgot about these figures, I was like, well, if I ever find one for cheap, then maybe I'll pick it up or whatever. And I just happened to see them. So even though I wasn't thinking about buying them, I didn't go there specifically for them. When I saw them, I was like, oh, okay, well, I found them on the peg. I pretty much have to buy them now. You know what I'm saying? The entire wave was actually there, except for Miles. But I'm not really interested in all of them, to be honest with you. I only like the Miles, the Gwen, and the Hand Ninja. The Prowler I'm kind of thinking about, but the Peter Parker I'm not that interested in. And then the Frogman I'm completely not interested in at all. So there she is from the front. Here's the back. Got her posed up. Got the SpiderHam flying in the background. There's the rest of the series. You can build Stiltman. I didn't read a whole lot of comic books when I was younger. Mostly what I know about comic books I saw in movies, TV shows, cartoons, stuff like that. I know them from toys. So I did watch the movie though. I did actually really enjoy the movie, but I grew up with Peter Parker Spider-Man, and that's the one I really like. In fact, even when I see the suits, I still kind of think Peter Parker's inside of them, even though they're not a lot of the times. Like I've seen the Miles Morales without the jacket and stuff like that, but I always think of it as just Spider-Man in a black suit. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. So on this side you got SpiderHam. Got a Gwen Stacy on this side. Oh, and to be honest with you, the movie, I kind of felt like I had seen it somewhere before, and I had to really stop and think about it. And I had watched Benny from the Comic Storian, and I remember him reading the story from a comic book, and you know how he does. If you don't, then definitely go check out the Comic Storian on YouTube. Really good channel. Does a really good job at breaking down series and everything. But I kind of remembered a similar story from one of his videos. So I think that might be why I actually really dug the movie, even though I didn't think I would like it too much. So on the bottom, just a bunch of legalese. On the top, you got the Miles Morales logo. So let's go ahead and open this girl up and see what's inside. I normally show the inserts just because if you need something and you just want to cover up the wall, so you don't have the just a wall in the background, or maybe you don't have the time to build a display, or you don't want to put in the work to do it, because it can be a lot of work. Sometimes the inserts will work. Maybe even if you just need to cover up some wires or something like that for your lighting. You can take these flaps and flip them around the other side, use some scotch tape, and you'll have just like a quick makeshift sort of display if you want to take pictures or something like that with some type of backdrop in the back. Sometimes these work. So here she is out of the box. You have a piece of Stiltman. I probably won't build him. He'll just go in the box with all the other build-a-figure pieces that I have not completed. She comes with the unmasked head with the hood down. Comes with a spider pig. The spider pig does have only one point of articulation, that's his neck, so you can move his head up, move his head around a little bit, but you're probably only going to be able to keep him in like one position in order for him to stand, because his feet are kind of rubbery, and whenever I pulled him out, he just kept wanting to fall backwards until I realized that you could move the head, and then I pushed it forward and it made it so he could stand up. It does have peg holes, so if you stick him on a stand that's big enough, you might be able to articulate his head and have it look around, but you're not going to be able to move anything else. He's pretty much a statue. So she also comes with fisted hands, and then she comes with 2 whipping hands, and she comes with the masked head with the hood, and that's about it. I think she looks like she's on a female teenage body. I don't have a whole lot of Marvel stuff in my collection, to be honest with you. I've been collecting the G.I. Joe classifieds. I haven't really been doing too much Marvel. The fact that I only have this much Spider-Man, though, kind of trips me out, because Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel character, followed by Wolverine. I'm not sure. I don't even have a Wolverine. That is also a trip to me, because he's my second favorite Marvel. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. Oh, but what I think what I was trying to say a little bit ago was that I don't know how to compare it to anything else or see if she's reused or not. But here she is up close. The face looks pretty good. I think that, I'm not sure if that's a speck or if that's supposed to be a mole. Might be a speck of paint. Hair looks really good. It's sculpted very well, but I think it could use some washes to make it just a little bit better. This the hood that's down can come off. Pink webbing there. Black and white, and then she has the ballerina shoes. She does both have the boot cuts and the thigh cuts. No bicep cuts. Looks like only a single joint. Yeah, you're only going to get about 90 out of her. I really do wish the Marvel team would do a little bit better with the articulation on the women. With the majority of their women figures, I usually find them to be just like rubbery legged and sometimes difficult to stand up, and you can't really get them into a ton of poses. So like there's zero crunch. Oh, there. Okay, I spoke a little bit too soon. There's one notch. They have crunch, a little bit of back. But yeah, look, I mean, that's pretty much nothing. No waist cut. Can kick forward that far. Kick back that far. Like I said, there's a thigh swivel. Let's see. Only kick out that far. Like, that's where I was talking about as far as the women bodies go. I know I was on was watching one of Shardamus Prime's live videos, and he was talking about his street humans, and I had brought up, hey, well, why don't you do some female figures? And he was like, hey, let's be honest, they don't sell. And I had to just be like, well, I mean, look at the articulation on them. They look nice, but they have really bad articulation. Maybe if you do good articulation, maybe it'll sell a little better. I don't know. I don't mind buying female figures. I actually like them. But I think probably classified ladies, the classified Scarlet is probably the best articulated female that I have, and I think she's kind of lacking in some places as well. So here's the hooded head. Looks really good. The paint is done well. Wonder if that comes out. Let me see. The head does come out, but I think I ended up losing some pink paint on either side pulling it out. I think maybe the paint was still wet when they stuffed it in the hoodie. So me prying it out pulled that paint off. That's what the hood looks like without her head in it. So if you wanted to, you could plop this head on and have the hood down. If you want an alternative look. So here she is like that. Head still goes up pretty far. And then, yeah. Even with the hoodie, you can still get her head to move pretty fairly well up, but it looks a little wonky. So the hood down might be a better alternative if you're looking to do some flying stuff. That hinge right there is really loose on mine. I don't like that. But they can't be perfect. They're only $20, I guess. Yeah, okay, that's not that bad, I guess. It's not really looking up, though. So, I'm going to make this as short and sweet as possible because I've got stuff to do and I need to be up early in the morning, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it short. Stand up, woman. What's wrong with you? Do really like the way this figure looks. I think it's going to look good on the shelf with my Spectacular Spider-Man, Diamond Select, Miles Morales, and the Retro. And so this is going to be the start of my collection. I do actually have this guy here as well. And I have some other Spider-Man on pre-order. See how long it takes for those to come in. But anyways, y'all have a good night. Try to stay out of trouble. Y'all take it easy, alright? Laters.